Hi, welcome back to Behind the Scenes with WeGotEm Tees. My name is Kim, and today I'm here with Cari Thomas. She's one of my long time friends, but we've also been doing business together for a really long time. So we're going to kind of talk about Cari and her experience working with us, as well as what she's been doing in her life, because it's very exciting. So anyways, Cari, tell us where you're working now, what you're doing, and what's going on.
Yeah, so I work for Exquadrum Incorporated. We're over in Victorville at SCLA, the old George Air Force Base. And I'm the human resources manager there. I've been there almost 7.5 years. And we're an aerospace engineering company, one of the few here in the Mojave River Valley.
That's so cool.
It is so cool.
Here. And I don't even think a lot of people realize that we're doing that coolest stuff up here.
No, they don't. I mean, obviously SCLA is off the beaten path for a reason, you know what I mean? And so unless you know, if you have a reason to be over there, nobody goes over there.
Right.
Yeah, we've been in business 23 years, but have grown substantially over the last 10 years. Got a huge contract in 2018 that really launched a bunch of growth for our company, and we've more than doubled in size since I've been there. And so, yeah, it's really exciting what we do. Obviously, I just do human resources. I don't do the fun, exciting things that everybody else there does.
You don't launch the rockets?
No, I don't launch the rockets. Well, we don't launch rockets, but we test static fire rockets, and we either build the rocket motors, we develop the propellant, or we test other people's test articles for them. So we do a variety of different things. Right there at SCLA, we have both our headquarters building that we moved into exactly almost 5 years ago. And
it's a great building.
It's a beautiful building. Yeah. We're so proud to be there. It's super. We were in 2 different locations, one in Atlanta, one in Victorville. And it was hard to do business as we grew and have people in 2 different locations. So brought us 5 years ago all under one roof, and it has really changed the way we do business to be able to see each other and have meetings and work together. And it's amazing. So, and then just down the road from our new headquarters, we've had a facility out there about 12 years. We call it the Forge Test Facility, and it's behind 2 secure gates that the FAA monitors, the city of Victorville, and we have a complete test site out there. It's very cool.
That's so cool. I mean, I know Eric, the owner.
Yeah.
I've met him a couple times. I think it's really inspiring that he was born and raised right here in the high desert, and this amazing company that he's built, it's pretty extraordinary.
Yeah, so Eric actually moved here when he was in middle school, born and raised down the hill, and he actually lived overseas for many years with his dad while he was in the military, or not in the military, but working for the government.
Yeah.
And then after high school, Eric went to Cal Poly Pomona, commuted from Hesperia.
Wow.
He got married right out of high school, had some kids, went to Cal Poly Pomona, and then got a job out at Edwards Air Force Base out kind of up by Kern County.
Yeah.
He was out there for about 10 years, met another gentleman, Kevin and Mahaffey. They were kind of, the story goes, they were the last 2 cars in the parking lot every night. And Kevin's dream was always to own his own business. And Eric had owned other small businesses. He, by hobby, is a photographer, but did that to put himself through college and stuff. So they met and somehow made a business. And it started out as a totally different business called something completely different.
Wow.
It was an AI type company, but they were 2 ahead of their time.
Right.
And so they did that for a few years, and then eventually created Exquadrum, and now we've been around, like I said, 23 years. And Kevin was born and raised in the Lancaster-Palmdale area. And so anyways, yeah, they both, raised their families here in the high desert. And
I think it's pretty inspirational finding these great businesses here in the high desert, especially even for our young kids, just knowing that there's things up here.
No, there's opportunity, right? And our thing is for Exquadrum, and Eric spends a lot of time at the local high schools talking to kids. He goes even to junior highs, but a ton of time at Cal Poly Pomona, because the kids from this area, the world is their oyster. And things we're seeing, though, is that if they leave to go to college somewhere else, out of, definitely the high desert, but even out of the Inland Empire, 9 times out of 10, they don't ever come back.
Wow.
Because they don't realize the opportunities that here, or they think, it's boring there, I don't want to live there, whatever. You know what I mean?
And I think that's for kids across the country, probably. Wherever they grew up, they think it's no good there.
Right, exactly. But our local education system puts a lot of time and money into these students. And if none of them ever come back, how is our community ever going to grow? How are we going to ever have people that make a living wage? And, it's the whole, we can't get a Trader Joe's because we don't have the financial income of families up here. So anyways, we spend a ton of time talking to junior high and high school students, and telling them about our company. And if you're already on that science and math path and you don't know what you want to do with that science and math, think about engineering. Think about, we do aerospace engineering. We have mechanical engineers and a few electrical engineers. We just flew a job for a chemist because we need someone to help us formulate our propellant.
Wow.
It's right here in Victorville.
Yeah.
Like, you can't make this stuff up.
You don't have to sit in that awful traffic.
No, literally, right? And as California is going, if you're going to stay in the state of California, we are literally the most economical place to be able to live and raise a family. You know what I mean? So,
sure.
yeah, so that's kind of our thing is, let's bring them, let's get a hold of them when they're still in high school before they've exactly decided what they want to do. Eric can help guide them through their application to Cal Poly. He can't help them get into Cal Poly, but he can guide them. And then once they're at Cal Poly, we're literally like, Eric goes down there all the time and meets students from the high desert, and they're like, we didn't even know Victorville was there. You know what I mean? We thought we'd have to be working in El Segundo or Long Beach where the SpaceXs and the Raytheons are, or go to Palmdale or Lancaster. You don't. You can be, there's not just us. There's GA here. Yeah. Like, there's opportunity here for work.
That's what I was going to say. Like, the aerospace industry up here in the high desert is
growing.
Huge,
yeah.
And it was something I didn't even realize until, Jordy decided he was going to be a pilot. But the amount of airspace and all of this stuff up here that we have, it really is incredible.
Well, it's incredible. And one of the greatest things that we have up here is that we have, I think the statistic is, there's 365 days in a year. I think we have 355 days of sunshine in the high desert. And that's a big deal because you go to other places and places can't test for weeks or months on end because they can't get clear weather to do it.
Yeah. Wow,
you might have the wind or the rain or the cold or the hot, but
you got the sun.
You got the sun out. You know what I mean? And that's really what you need. You know what I mean? Is to be able to do those things. So, and we have the open space.
Yeah, I just think that it's incredible that this fabulous industry is up here and it's not exploited to our kids enough.
Right, and it's not even exploited, I think, enough across the U.S. You know what I mean? I think everybody thinks, Huntsville, Alabama is a huge, huge aerospace place now.
Oh, wow.
Used to not be. It used to have one or two businesses, and it's just, you fly into Huntsville, and all the billboards are for aerospace companies. Wow. It's huge. Yeah. Down the hill is becoming huge. Like I said, El Segundo, Long Beach, the SpaceX has really changed all of that. But there's opportunity right here in our back door, so it's like, stay here, go to school, go wherever you want to go to school, go to Cal Poly Pomona. It's the best, really. Right. Stay local, go to school local. No, seriously, right? They get, their programs
and again, in our backyard.
And it's a Cal State school. You're paying Cal State prices to go to school. You're not paying private.
Right.
So,
affordable,
stay closer to your family, and then come back. We're just finalizing hiring our interns for the summer. We're going to have at least 6 interns for the summer. Oh my gosh, amazing. And so we're showing them early on in their college career what you can have once you graduate and get a job and things like that. We don't hire all of our interns once they graduate, but we would love to if we can, you know what I mean? And again, give back to our community and bring them back to where we want to keep them.
I know. It really is incredible. And I know you have a couple of your sons actually working there, and they born and raised here.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so my oldest son got his math degree a couple years ago. So he'd worked at Exquadrum prior to that as a technician, helping build test stands and putting together the rocket motors and things like that. And finally got his math degree, and so they hired him as a test engineer. It's amazing. He's learning and loving everything. And then my youngest son Brandon is. He started out as a shipping and receiving clerk, and that sounds kind of boring, but we ship propellants, and so it's
kind of a big deal.
Yeah, he has lots and lots of hazardous material training and things like that. And then just last year, he became our government property specialist. There's a huge course you have to take in testing, and so he's doing both of those roles right now.
I think that's kind of cool too, because there's opportunities not even for your degreed people even at the company, and I think people forget about that too, that there is such a way to find success, not just with Exquadrum but with other companies as well, that you get your foot in the door young, and it's like you said, the shipping and receiving, it may have seemed remedial or whatever, but look at what it's led to up the chain. You know what I mean?
No, absolutely.
People forget that working up is there.
Right. That's how our generations before us did it, right? You started, how many times we heard the story, you started as a janitor, right? And 30 years later, you're the CEO. That really did happen. Yeah. I don't think in this generation that happens as much anymore, obviously, but you're right. You can start low. Look at Andrew, even my oldest. He started as a technician, and we've had technicians that have been there 15, 20 years, and that's just their path. They've just grown in that technician role. They don't want to get a degree, and there's nothing wrong with that. They're making a livable wage. They're raising their family on that money because they were willing to stick with it. This younger generation, they like to move around. They want to move jobs every 3 to 5 years, and we're like, no, stay. We want you to stay. You know what I mean? So we have a lot of longevity in our company, but we also have a lot of newer employees because we've grown so much.
Yeah,
and
that's different than just like employee turnover.
Right,
that's
exactly.
Growth,
and the turnover we do have for the most part is people moving out of state because it either they transplanted here and they want to go back or go somewhere else, or California's expensive. You know what I mean? We all know that. So, if you're trying to make the most of your dollar and you can make almost the same amount of money somewhere else, maybe you go there.
It's a little bit difficult. Yeah.
So.
And that's kind of neat too to have watched Andrew. Even he did work and he still went to school and got his degree, and he just to watch his growth within that company, it was incredible.
Yeah, no, and he thought when he went back to school that once he got his degree, he would do something more in the math field of not engineering math, you know what I mean? Right. But they've presented a great opportunity for him, and he's like, why would I leave? You know what I mean? Right. It's right here. Now they're going to build a house in Victorville, and so, it's a great opportunity.
Cool. Yeah. And then for you, how did you come to work at Exquadrum?
So I was with United Way for about 4 years, and then went to the Hesperia Chamber of Commerce, was the CEO over there. But in all of that, before all of that, I was the mayor of the city of Atlanta, and Eric Schmidt, one of the owners of the company, was the mayor of the city of Hesperia. So we met that way, became friends, worked on chamber stuff together, things like that. And then, like I said, in 2018, Exquadrum won a huge contract. They were promoting somebody within the company to a different role that they needed, and they really needed someone on the business side to run business operations.
Yeah. Because there's the whole business side.
Yeah,
we don't need to do with
rockets. Exactly. So, they approached me and said, hey, we need someone to help in the office, but more than just an office worker, you know what I mean? Would you consider coming over? And so it was the right time to make a move for myself and my family. It's closer to home. It's all the things, and it was the right move for my career, of course. And so went over in 2018 with no job title. I know, no job title, no job description. Kind of make it up as we go, and that's what I love. I don't want to be stagnant in a job. I don't want, I want to do a lot of different things. And let me tell you the things I've done and learned. And I mean, I can read a government contract now. I can speak the lingo, and so it's been great. And then I went back to school and finally decided.
When did you go back to school?
I went back to school in 2019.
Did you have some college already? Or?
Yeah, so I did about a year of college before I got married.
Okay.
And so thought that wouldn't count, but it does. So it's never too late. Go back or start or whatever. So so I had almost a year's worth of classes that all transferred in. So I started at VVC, and then COVID hit, and I thought, oh no, what's going to happen now? I thought I had to be in seat to learn, because I was old.
But that's the way we did it.
Yes, but I quickly learned. I loved online learning, and so everything went to online, and I finished up at VVC my 2 years. I wasn't there 2 years because I had those other credits that came in, and then I was able to transfer online to Grand Canyon University and got my degree in applied human resource management.
Now, was that something that you decided to do because you needed it for your job, or did you decide to do it just because you wanted to?
So I didn't have to have it for my job. I mean, I would at some point not be able to promote up much further without a degree than where I currently was. When you work for a company like an aerospace company, especially a smaller one, when education is so important to the owners, rightfully so, they want everybody to have an education because it's good for you. Right. It might be good for the business, but it's personally good for everybody to have education. So even every position we have, they encourage everybody to get a degree. You know what I mean? Okay. So anyways, Eric had been on me for years, just as my friend, even you should go back to school. And I'm like, I'm raising kids. I'm doing the mom thing. I'm working full time. All the things.
Yeah, when
do I do that? Exactly. But the more I got at Exquadrum and kind of got settled there a little bit, and there were people there in school working full time, and I thought,
they could do it.
If they can do it, maybe I can do it, And so I talked to my husband about it, and I was like, and he was like, I absolutely, completely support you in this. Whatever we need to do. My kids were grown by now.
Yeah.
So I thought, well, we'll start.
A testament that it's never too late.
It's never too late. Start local. You know what I mean? And start inexpensive. Because if it doesn't work out, you haven't dropped thousands and thousands of dollars to go, this really wasn't my path or whatever. So got into it and was like,
shout out to VVC.
Totally VVC. No, totally, exactly.
And all of our junior colleges statewide. I mean, start there.
No, you're getting the same education at a junior college as you are at a 4-year university, private or public. it's cheaper.
Right.
It's easier. You can live at home. You can do all the things if you're, a young person. And so, loved my time at VVC. Absolutely loved it. It helped me get back into like how to be a student and how to, without the overwhelmingness of a big university,
It was a great stepping stone.
Totally. And so, did that.
And being a student now is different than it was
so
when
different.
we were young.
So different. And then COVID hit, so I started in 2019 and in March of 2020, COVID hit and VVC quickly changed their model and everybody went to online and it was a little clunky and it was a little hard, but we stuck with it. The school stuck with it. I stuck with it. The teachers stuck with it. And I finished that semester and then stayed one more whole year, basically all online and then transferred. And so it worked out super well. And by then I knew I was an online learner. Like VVC taught me I could be an online learner. So then I didn't have to, then my only option wasn't Cal State San Bernardino. Then I had anything that had an online program, and so.
Which that just opened up so many
It opened up so much. And so I was able to, I saw an ad on Facebook for Grand Canyon University. Would have never thought, Arizona, what, but because it's online, you can do it. And I did. And because it was still kind of local, I was able to go out there when I graduated and walk across the stage.
Hoopla.
Yeah, do the hoopla, so it was fun.
That's so great. So, obviously we've known each other for a really long time. So our relationship as far as like our business started a long time ago.
Yes.
So talk me through that a little bit, just so we can kind of share our story, our relationship in regards to the business and also what we do for Exquadrum right now.
Yeah, absolutely. So obviously our relationship, business relationship started when my oldest went to school and
our oldest.
Our oldest went to kindergarten together. And so I joined the PTA because it's just...
Because that's what we did.
That's what we did. It's what our moms did. It's what we did.
Right.
And then when Andrew went to first grade, we changed schools and I started the PTA at that new school. It was a brand new school that opened. Fabiana went to a different school.
Right.
So... you're a new school, and they're like, we need the stuff. We need all the stuff, the shirts, the sweatshirts, all the things. And I'm like, oh, I got a girl, So it was
and
amazing.
At that point, I was working out of the house.
You were working out of the house,
just hustling, being mom too, and working a small business out of my house.
Absolutely, and so it started small with that school, and then signed Andrew up for Little League, and then I was team mom, and then we needed all the things for that, and so brought in the Little League, and then a few years later we moved schools. We went to Riverside Preparatory School, and it was a brand new school, and it needed stuff, and I became PTA president there, and so every place I've kind of gone,
everybody needs
I brought you with me. So now at Exquadrum, we had done different business with different people. We were a big Lands End, just order it from there, and I said, oh, that's too expensive. We're not doing that anymore. So we still do some business with Lands End for different reasons. But I said, I got a girl. Yeah. And so we've been doing business with you off and on over the 7 years. And then just last year, it was getting harder. We got bigger, and it's hard.
It's harder when you have more employees.
It's harder, yeah. It's like, okay, so I order 6 black shirts and 3 blue, and everybody's like, well, did you have it in purple or whatever, right? And, oh, I don't have your size, right? So then I found out you guys do these company stores, and it's like, it puts it all in the employees' hands. We could have more offerings because we as a company can't afford to have a ton of offerings for free for the people.
Well, and you don't want the inventory just sitting there either. Right. You want to pay for what they actually want. And so for me, the beauty of the online store really is just that. There's no waste.
Right. No, absolutely no waste. So you told me about this online store, and so we've done it, and we've done it all different ways. We've done it where the employees log in and order, and the company pays for it all. We've done it where the employees log in and order, and they pay for it all. And this last time, we did a 50-50 split. They logged in, and they paid 50%, and Exquadrum picked up the other 50%. And then I was able to add a little extra so that we could just keep it on site for swag.
A little fluff.
Yeah, for new employees or for customers when they come on site. We love to be able to give our customers Exquadrum swag. So, but it's been amazing, you know what I mean, to kind of put that control in our employees' hands.
And take it off of your plate a little bit.
Seriously.
I mean, that's the biggest deal.
It's a huge deal, like to gather orders, get it ready, send it to you guys, make sure it's right. There's always a mistake somewhere, right? Whether it's on the employee side or our side.
Or our side. It goes through so many hands. It does. Mistakes happen.
Yeah, but the one thing I love about the store is that you guys package it all for me. So then when I come to pick up those orders, the order form's in there from what the person ordered online. and I just have a packet I give to them, and I'm like, and if you have any issues, her number's in the back.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, and then you're right. It just washes my hands of it because
you're busy doing other things.
I'm a busy girl.
You're running a rocket company.
And I love to help wherever I can, but if you have a problem with your shirt, go ahead and call WeGotEm Tees.
Right, that's right, and we'll take care of it because mistakes happen.
Right.
You know, they do happen. It's the nature of the business. When you're dealing with custom orders, mistakes happen. And I mean, I've told my girls, we can't be afraid of making mistakes, but what we do need to do is we have to respond accordingly.
Exactly.
And how we handle mistakes, I think, is what makes you who you are.
No, absolutely. And then one of the things you taught us also when we first started doing these stores last year is that we could bring our own garments. We don't have to order them from you, and then you could put our stuff on them. So we also started, when we did that, told all of our employees, if you bring your garment to me, then Exquadrum will pay to brand it Exquadrum. Right. And so we've had some employees do that because
they're particular about
exactly, sizes, colors, whatever,
yeah.
Blend of fabric, whatever it is. And so they do that, and then I just bring it to you guys, and you embroider it, or you silk screen it, or you do whatever you're going to do to it, and then they get it back. And so it's really been a win-win for us.
That's what we really hope for with the online stores, particularly. We do them for businesses, we do them for schools, sports teams, and stuff like that. And that is the big deal about it. It was, when we decided to do it, it was, how can we make it easier for the person who's
organizing
the order? Because I know from doing it from the past, even for my kids or whatever, it's so much work. And then you have people who say, oh, I ordered this, I didn't get it. And you're like, oh, did I forget it? Did you forget it? Whose fault is it? This way, it's just so easy. It's clean. It's easy. We fix it if there's a mistake. Or, no, hey, you really did order a small.
Yeah.
I know you meant to order medium, but you actually ordered a small. It's right here on the paper.
Yeah. But we're going to go ahead and order that medium
but
for
we're
you
going to get it anyways.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean? But it kind of takes away the blame game situation, which I felt like, especially being like the organizer, that was such a burden.
It is a burden, you know what I mean? Because you want everything. I mean, I'm a perfectionist when it comes to certain things, and that's one of them. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want it to be wrong for my employees.
No.
Like, and they,
and they've been waiting for it, excited for it, and then they get it and it's wrong. Yeah, and that sucks.
Yeah, no, and they are so excited. Like, I was in the hallway last week, and everybody's like,
"When we're getting our stuff?"
Yeah, literally. And I'm like, "You guys realize we really just closed it barely over a week ago? Like, give her a little bit of time." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's the other thing. I mean, I contacted you a couple months ago, and we had some last minute customers coming in that we really wanted to do business with, and they were from overseas, and we wanted to give them swag, and we didn't have any. And I just contacted you and said, hey, you have 6 hats laying around in this array of colors by chance you can embroider? And 2 days later, I had the hats for this super important meeting. That's what it's all about. It's all about the relationship.
The customer service.
Well, and, I mean, obviously we have this long-standing relationship, but regardless of that, even your employees are so professional here. And so I've developed that relationship with them that I don't even have to always come to you. I can call them and be like,
they know who you are.
Yeah, they know. It's hard. I'm hard to forget. But they embrace that from you because you're always, let me help you as best as I can. And you're honest about it. I can't help you. I don't have it. I'm so sorry. But if you have it, you're going to make it work.
Always.
And it was perfect.
Yeah. Thank you, Cari. That means a lot to us. I mean, that is one of the things with all the girls that work for me is how I treat people, because I'm not always perfect, and we, like I said, we do make mistakes, but how we treat our customers is absolutely paramount to me, and I know that I've made it very clear to everybody that works here that needs to be the most important thing to them as well. And I think that is ultimately what has made our business successful, because you can get a shirt anywhere.
Right.
I mean, they're a dime a dozen. You can get hats anywhere. All this stuff you can get anywhere. But I do believe in, if you treat people the right way, they will come back.
Well, and that's so true. You know what I mean? And that's in any business you're in. Some people are like, you're just running a t-shirt business, or you're just whatever. Yeah, we're just building rockets. To us, our customers are just as important to us as your customers are to you, because it doesn't matter. It's all of our livelihoods. Whatever anybody's doing, it's our livelihoods. And you never want to burn a bridge. You never want to ruin a relationship. But it's not worth it over a shirt, a hat, even a rocket. You know what I mean? It's just not worth it at the end of the day. I mean, obviously somebody has to pay for something at the end of the day, but mistakes are made. We're all human. You know what I mean? And how you treat someone in that speaks volumes.
In business especially.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, throughout our lives, but I do think that sometimes we forget that even in business, how we treat one another is paramount.
Well, and in this day and age, especially for you guys, when everything can be done online. Like,
Absolutely.
why would I drive to Apple Valley and go to WeGotEm Tees?
Right.
Well, because you have that personal
You have a
touch.
face.
You can put a face to it. I can call Amazon all day long and complain about something, and nobody there cares.
Right.
They don't care. Do you know what I mean?
Right,
but
for
you
sure.
come here, and it's taken care of, and you don't worry about it. You know what I mean? And half the time, you don't even have to come here. You just make a phone call. You know what I mean? And that's huge for a business. In this digital world that we live in, having a brick and mortar face-to-face company is game changing.
And
it really is.
Just a personal contact. You know somebody's going to pick up the
Exactly.
phone. Or at least get back to you. If you
No,
leave a
exactly.
message.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, and honestly, you can text them. And I love that. I love a good little text while I'm on hold waiting for somebody else to do something. I'm now multitasking, which I love.
Exactly. Well, thank you so much for spending time with us today, Cari. I really appreciate it. And we're gonna tag Exquadrum on this as well, because we really want to keep watching what they're doing out there in the desert. I think it's fantastic, and nowadays, especially, I mean, the space age is amongst us again, right?
Yeah, I mean, Artemis 2 just launched 2 days ago, and it was amazing, and the future is bright for our nation and our war fighters, and Exquadrum's here to do their part.
Thank you so much for staying with us today, Cari. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
So stay tuned. We'll be back next week with another episode. Make sure that you like us, follow us, subscribe on YouTube, follow us on TikTok, Instagram, all those great things. The links will be on the bottom. Thanks, guys.